I'm calling in the creator to the CEO who crave creating community and cash to create it like a boss. With me, Katrina Julia, as your host, multi-passionate entrepreneur, creator, and CEO who has walked from fear to faith, self-hate to love, corporate to calling, and continues to, with experience in 7+ industries, 7,000+ creators and startups, to creators to Fortune 500 brands, including Google, NBC, Victoria's Secret, and more. If you are ready to create it like never before in faith, wellness, wealth, marketing, business, travel, and more, this is the show for you. If this is your time to have freedom in all forms as you create it like a boss, let's create it. Welcome to my Money Story segments. And in this episode, I am talking about my shift from corporate to calling. So circa 2010, I found myself working in an oil and gas company as an executive, working with the CEO, CFO, board of directors, all the subsidiaries in a black suit, so not like this at all. And I'm also doing side hustles, whether it was business plans or different things. And I found myself realizing like, this is not it. This is not my life. I can create a life and business I love and have freedom and make money too. But the journey that would commence is nothing like what I would have imagined. So how I shifted, there was 3 trigger points, and there's a super long, or maybe not super long, but there's a long 30-minute, 45-minute plus episode in the beginning of 2023 where I dive deep in this. It was getting closer to God. It was having a friend get sick with cancer, Janelle McCullough, and actually passing away in 2013, and choosing purity and purpose before marriage, all within about a 3-month window. Well, 3 months on some aspects, and then a year plus on some other aspects before I transformed in my health, my wellness, and my business. So tell me your corporate to calling story, or what is happening as you create it now. In the comments, leave a review on the show, however you want to connect and communicate. Picture this, you creating cash with confidence like Queen Bey. Get ready to slay your marketing and money to queen status. I am so excited to share the Creator to Cash Ultimate Toolkit that is free for creators to CEOs who crave creating and community and cash to create it like a boss. Join me on hashtag all the things to see, hear, and read my Creator to Cash Toolkit to help you create confidence, community, and cash. It is all about the 7 ways to make money in 7 days on the blog, on the show, on my binge-worthy YouTube channel, Limitless Global Girl, 7-figure proposal and pitch days, how to find 700,000 plus daily in opportunities, how to close a 10K plus monthly retainer, and 75 plus tips, tools, and tech to create it. Head on over to the link in the show notes and jumpstart with the Creator to Cash Toolkit so that you create it like a boss. This is for you, dear Creator to CEO. If you want to create cash VIP style. If you feel like no matter how hard you try, you can't create wealth, you're not alone. Despite the great resignation and increasing entrepreneurship, stats and studies show that 80% of women entrepreneurs make less than $100,000. With a staggering amount of women creators to CEOs feeling the same way, it may only mean one thing. Our approach gets to change from a creator to a CEO. We get to increase our worth, our wonder, and our wealth.
Creator to Cash with 7 ways to make 7K in 7 days will help you do just that. So, you want to know all about the VIP experience? You are not alone, dear friend. In the VIP experience, you get a intimate initial 2+ week experience. You get a pre-experience assessment with a value of over $3,000. You get a marketing and money audit with over a value of over $3,000 right when you join in. You get a private initial one-on-one sesh with me and or the community to dive into the results and breakthroughs from those assessments and for us to really get to know each other. You get an incredible creator to cash roadmap. You get tips, tools, and tech with an incredible templates with a dashboard, with a scorecard, and project management step by step that outlines these 7 ways to make 7K in 7 days that you get to rinse and repeat over and over and over again. Value easily over hundreds of thousands of dollars as you create it. Because imagine you create even potentially even 7 different products within a year, and you get to even 7K in 7 days 7 times. That's 50 plus K. And that is saying that you are aligned, you are acting, and you are taking action. Plus, you get everything in the 7 ways to make 7K online course with lifetime access, including my ongoing updates. Plus, you get the 7 ways to make 7K in 7 days workbook and audio. That alone is another value of easily over $7,000. You get another private session with me and or the community within the first 14 days to cover the creator to cash roadmap and the tips, tools, and tech. Plus, you get Create It Monthly for 7 months. Plus, you get transformation toolkits for 7 months. And I'm running an incredibly amazing beta deal that is not 7,000, which would still easily be less than 10% of the value, but it's $3,500 for all of that. On top of that, we are also partnered with Afterpay. So you get to also, depending on your own current circumstances, you get to align with Afterpay in order to finance that as well. I can't wait to see you create it. What I believe you are going to love with the VIP experience is how we hold you accountable to create it. Meaning, the first 2 weeks, you are held to deadlines to interact and engage so that you get results and so that I feel really, really good and great and incredible about the investment you've made in yourself and in me. So, what do you mean by that, Katrina? I'm so glad you asked. Number one, when you enroll, you must complete the 2 assessments within the first 3 days and schedule your first one-on-one with me within the first 7 days. If you don't complete those 2 things, the assessments within the first 3 days and schedule the initial one-on-one within those first 3 days, within the first 7 days, we are going to automatically refund your money. Because if you are not taking your investment and your time seriously, guess what? We do not want to invest my time and our energy to help you create it. Because what I've learned is that the creators to CEOs that are serious about their time more than anything and their investment, you are the ones I'm talking to. You are the ones that are going to get results. And the rest, guess what? I love you anyway, but I'm not for you and you are not for me. Mic drop. Yes, I'm that serious about you getting results and about the time that I invest and that our community invests to help you create it. Part two of the accountability. You must complete that first. After that 3 days, it's non-refundable. So we are holding you to two, actually more than two, but two really big accountability levers. With one, you must complete the assessments and schedule your first one-on-one within the first 3 days and complete that one-on-one within the first 7 days. Number two, after that 3-day deadline, either A, we're going to refund. Maybe you complete all those 3 steps after those 2 key levers within those 3 days, but then maybe you don't show up to your one-on-one, or maybe you don't do the secondary parts that I'm going to talk about in just a second. Guess what? After that 3-day deadline, it's non-refundable. Then you end up having the one-on-one. And that is your choice to show up or not. And at that point, like I said, it's non-refundable. And we will, on a very rare case by cases, potentially reschedule. Because again, we want to attract creators that are super serious about being a creator who creates confidence, community, and cash. And then we deliver, and I deliver your creator to cash roadmap, as well as then your second immersive one-on-one and or group intimate experience live. And alongside that is all completed within the first 14 days. So you have a 3-day benchmark to complete 2 key steps with the assessments and scheduling. And if those steps are not followed, we refund you. Part 2 is within the initial 14 days of you enrolling, you are held to that 3-day deadline and either serious and or refunded. B, after the 3 days, it's non-refundable. C, no matter what. C, you complete the initial one-on-one phase with myself and or the community. You receive the Creator Cash roadmap with extensive tips, tools, and tech to create it, and a roadmap for 7 ways to make 7K with a scorecard, with a dashboard, and project management templates with tools like ClickUp and or Notion and others. And D, you then have a intimate one-on-one experience on that second one that we go through it to help you create it. And then lifetime access to the 7 ways to make 7K course, workbook, and 7 months and create it monthly, and the transformation toolkit. So I can't wait to see who my super serious creators to CEOs are. Depending on where you are at as a creator, you may love my 7 ways to make 7K in 7 days immersive and interactive experience with the workbook, and or the 7 ways to make 7K in 7 days course, where you get lifetime access and you get to rinse and repeat the results over and over and over again. Check it out in www.bit.ly/create it like a boss.
All the chats on faith, wellness, money, marketing, business, and travel, so you create a life and business you already. Head on over to the blog, the podcast, and the freebies to jumpstart your transformation. If you're ready to dive into the online courses, the live events, or the retreat, and if you want to create with our community on an even deeper level, definitely check out our internships, our influencer collaborations, management, and brand engagements. Let's create it.